Good morning. The growing economic and political influence of China around in India's neighboring countries cannot be understood properly unless and until we have got some solid base of information. The most concern of India right now is the massive China Pakistan economic corridor where China has invested huge amount of money and is in this through this corridor or this through this big project. Pakistan will be a regional hub with the increased access to energy field of Central Asia. So this China-Pakistan economic corridor is one of the headache for, or you can say one of the concern of India. You might have read or in last past decade or China has invested or committed to invest around 150 billion dollars in the economy of Bangladesh, Maldives, Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. So you can understand in last decade either China has invested or committed to invest in the economic matter in these countries of Bangladesh, Maldives, Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, and all are India's neighboring countries. So you can understand how this dragon is trying to get hold of those countries which are attached or which are neighbors of India. At the same time, the Chinese money has been mostly influenced or has been mostly went into two countries, that is Pakistan and Myanmar, where these two countries are either have a global isolation type in case of human violation or in terrorist activity. So in Myanmar and Pakistan, China has invested huge amount of money. Bangladesh, which is a most vibrant economy and India's neighborhood, as not touched by China as compared to other countries. How does China operate? China first they come as a military suppliers. Then they cultivate and partner with the local elite people. They provide those people with modern infrastructure and also give some payment discount or whatever payments they give when they partner with this local elite people. When there is a matter of repayment to the Chinese people, they give some advantage or benefits for the repayment towards China. Might be there they can pay in installment, and in this way China get influence or enhance their influence in that country, or has a strong influence over that regional area. And China investment comes in infrastructure, building roads, airport, power, railways, bridges, port, etc. So Chinese people invest in this huge infrastructure project which involved huge amount of money. Most of the person who does this work, or you can say the contractor are mostly Chinese, or at the same time there are some places where infrastructure project needs to be done, and the only source of fund is China. So you understand how China is planning and trying to grab the neighboring countries of India. At the same time, now China is focusing on geo-economic. It has invested. It is investing in the financial system of these countries. Now, Beijing has taken a stake in Dhaka and Karachi Beijing has taken a stake of Dhaka and Karachi Stock Exchange and cultivated yuan trade between Pakistan and China. So, in this way, we can see the influence of Chinese people in the regional or the neighbors of India is growing stronger. They are investing money, they are supplying money, they are investing in projects, building railways, which means infrastructure, which is very necessary for those countries. Now, at the same in this point of time, when we see there's a face-off between China and India, we have seen in Ladakh. So, India giving a counter to China military option is not the right one, because during the face-off between China and India, both the military both sides got injured and killed. So, to counter China, India will have to make some strategy and movement so that they can counter China, because China has come with lots of planning. China has come with lots of planning, and India need to think that how India can help the neighboring countries who are in indirectly under the control of Chinese people, Chinese government, or under the debt trap of China. Now, if India is focusing on military option, then what will happen? Military options are always expensive. During the time of pandemic or before the time of pandemic, India was seeing the economical crisis, the job loss, unemployment, etc. Before the pandemic, it was seen, and after the pandemic, the GDP or the growth rate has already come down. So, if we go for any kind of military option, then it will be more problem and more burden to the economy. So, to counter China, I feel right now military options is not the right one. Yes, we can keep our border security, that's a different matter, but we cannot engage military and the vice versa, and the Chinese also cannot opt for military or a Kargil type situation in in that region, because Chinese economy is also not good for past 3 years because of sanction and trade war between US. So, to counter China, India has to plan and do something, because Dragon has planned something and it is gradually keeping it has already made a mark so that India's neighboring country get under the influence of Chinese people, because they are influencing on political matter, financial matter, and other matter also, because China has already started giving money to those country in form of, indirectly they are giving money to this country in form of infrastructure, road, railways, etc. So I feel military option for India against China is not good. A planning should be done, and economical planning should be done to counter China. Thank you very much.